boy, it's Monday morning again. The safety checker, that's me, Bill Leader. I'm a planting crew foreman. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those days. Well, there I am with the new crew. This bunch took their training session. Today we'll find out what they learned about planting. It's part of a foreman's job checking details. Keeps us all out of trouble. Here's the one who walked in front of the truck, Dick Newman. Oh, yeah, he's been transferred from the other crew. Wonder why. Now, inspection of clothes and boots. And they're not just little details. We all learn the hard way. I lost a pair of glasses before I got a safety strap for them. Braces to hold up loose-fitting pants you can work in. Good boots, leather or rubber with good corks. Wool jackets, stay warm when they're wet. And clothing in several layers for heat and cold. Rain gear, which we often need. Lunches and hard hats. And now to get the tools and today's planting stock loaded. With a new crew, I have to keep my eyes open. Hold it. That handle's too short. Bad tools are dangerous, and that's always out of season. Some of our planters don't have very much experience with tools when they start, but they catch on quick enough. The basic tool for bare root trees is the mattock. All the tools are stowed in the toolbox, so they can't bounce around on the way to and from planting. As they're loaded in, each tool should be checked. If you're short a tool, you're short a planter. Here's a loose mattock head which doesn't have a set screw. And the handle's been badly scored. It'd chew up your gloves and your hands. The blade's ruined too. Have to send it for repairs. Now the carton of spare handles, planting bags, safety vests, and finally the trees. Usually we draw cartons of planting stock from reefers where they're kept dormant. But these trees were heeled in for temporary storage, so we'll plant them first. There's about 1,000 trees in a box, and the stock looks good. Should get a good survival rate. First aid kit and stretcher case are loaded while the vehicles are safety checked. Don't let that left-hand thread fool you. And fix that chin strap. Under the hood check includes oil, water, and battery. The crew takes their places in the crummy and belt up for safety. Are we all here? Here comes Newman. Make sure his seatbelt's on. Okay, let's get out of here. Lights on so we're visible on dusty roads or in fog. We've checked with the logging company so they know we're going in. Courtesy is thinking of the other guy. Payloads get the right of way because they're harder to stop or turn. And anyhow, they're bigger than us. Have to remember that highball traffic is going in both directions. I've sure hauled a lot of timber out of here, but the trees we're planting today will grow into a whole new forest. And that rain last night should help survival. The nursery people select seed for different areas. They've chosen the trees for different altitudes. Of course, trees are more predictable than people. It isn't the trees that give me the trouble, it's the people. How do you keep out of trouble? By getting experience. How do you get experience? Getting out of trouble. Well, the first day is the worst day. We turn the trucks around, so if anything goes wrong and we need to get away in a hurry, we're pointed in the right direction, like an ambulance. The stretcher case is put where we can reach it fast. Better pick up those safety vests. Who the hell threw that? Oh, Newman again. Keep that up and we'll really need the first aid kit. A couple of the guys clean up the crummy. If there was an accident, we'd have to move fast. What I say is, safety is largely a matter of attitude. We have to learn to look out for the other guy as well as ourselves. While the trees are offloaded, I get the tarp. If cartons are left in the sun, they'll heat up and the trees will sweat. Worse than that, molds will grow quickly and attack the trees. So, if we can't find any shade, the next best thing is to use the tarp. Good. Old Newman's thinking this time. Mattocks and planting bags are unloaded, and the first batch of trees goes into the planting bags. These trees are in good shape. Roots are nice and moist, and slurry in the bottom of the planting bags will keep them that way till the trees are planted. Now, what in hell did he have to do that for? We've got enough to think about without horseplay. Just getting around safely on logged-off slopes can wear out a new crew. Even the way you put your feet down can be important. That's what corks are for. And with a little experience, you take more care how you walk. You damn soon learn to keep your eyes open or risk losing one. Holes in the slash are hard to spot. And you can't tell people not to be clumsy. You just have to let them get it out of their system. But a new man sometimes forgets he's part of a crew, forgets about the others on the hill, and that's a danger. If you step where you shouldn't, someone else might be on the receiving end. That's why crews are spaced out in a line along the hillside. Now the planting begins. Clear away loose debris. A firm mattock stroke. Lift on the handle. Rock back. Insert the tree. Fill gently. And firm up. As the crew works up the hill, I move back and forth along the planting line, keeping an eye on things. It doesn't take long before you develop a kind of planting rhythm. How's Newman doing? He's got himself a hard hat with a brim on it to keep the drips off his neck. And he's a good worker. I wonder why they transferred him to my crew. Uh-oh, he's starting to get ahead of the line, and that's possible trouble. And that's what it's all about. Lunchtime, the crew make their way carefully and safely down the hill, not running, not throwing tools around. Everybody's minds are on their stomachs. But the trees have to be looked after first. Planting buckets are put in the shade. Eating can be one of life's simple pleasures. There's Newman, enjoying his lunch and spoiling somebody else's. Eating's generally a sociable activity. But onion sandwiches? Good thing there's lots of fresh air. Another little example of remembering other people. Well, that recharged the old batteries. Better get back to work. With a full stomach, the crew feels relaxed, and sometimes they can get a bit careless. That mattock didn't go deep enough. Hey, that hole's not deep enough. The roots will be bunched up, and the tree will be wasted. Working on the hillside, you sure find out the advantages of loose-fitting pants and braces. And it's nice to be able to take off a layer of clothing, too. He's getting tired, and working like that will give him a backache for sure. When they're tired, people can walk into trouble. Mid-afternoon's the time when we get the most accidents. They're not watching what they're doing. Come on, use your head. Well, you won't try that again. Planting buckets are almost empty, so we send for the last carton of trees. Chance to relax for a minute. This is the time of day when the little aches and pains start to show up. Somebody with a foot problem? Roots look okay. And he's got 2 pairs of wool socks. That's good. Probably a blister. Yep. He should have looked at that a lot sooner. The way to keep out of trouble is to check things in the early stages. Well, here comes the last box of trees. He's tired too, taking the shortcut straight up. Really shouldn't be right under the crew like that. Uh-oh, there's Newman. Watch it! Clumsy idiot! He really shouldn't have been on that log. Well, that's one false move too many. Okay, break it up, break it up. That's it, Newman. Off the hill. That's a 1-day suspension. Bloody mistakes. One guy walks into danger, another guy doesn't think where he puts his feet. The whole crew's mad at him for his ape tricks. So I wind up losing a good worker. Safety's a matter of attitude, all right. Maybe that's why the other foreman transferred this guy to my crew. I should have checked up on him sooner. I hope a day's suspension smartens him up, because I'd sure like to give him another chance.